Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Wanda. Hi. In this video, I'll be making some bookmarks. Here I have a couple of different vinyls I'll be using. 3 of the colors I'll be using are from the Dusty Matte Adhesive Vinyl collection. This collection consists of 5 feet, 10 feet, and 82 feet rolls. Vintage color options are available. This vinyl can be used indoor and outdoor. It is easy to cut, weed, and apply. Waterproof and UV resistant. For this project, I'll be using this light pink, mint, and K9 blue. And I will also be using 3 other colors from a different collection. And let's head over to Design Space so we can start creating. As I mentioned, I'll be working on 3 bookmarks. Just to give you an idea, I'm going to select Home. Then on the search bar, I'll type in Bookmark. I'll select one that looks just like the one I'll be using. I'll turn it around just to make sure my names are the correct size, although I will be showing you the fonts I used. But first, I'll be resizing it. Now remember, this is just a guide. I'll be resizing it and putting it to the side. And then I'll select text. And in here, I'll write the name I need. So I'll just write Jessica, a random name. I'll go up here, change the color, and you can play with the colors. Depending on the color of vinyl that you have, you can select the color for the name. And this is just for visual purposes. Now what I'll do is I'll just put it over here and I'll kind of stretch it out a little bit so that you have an idea of how big you can make it. As for the font I use, it's called Pink Cloud. In order to remember I like this font, I just bookmarked it. As for the other font for the name, which is the script font, I used Hello Darling. So I'll change it to Pink Cloud and then I'll add a text and I'll make that one Hello Darling. And I'll write Jessica. Now I'll go to the colors and change it to a lighter orange. And then I'll just stretch it out to be about the size of the other font. And that's how I created these names for the bookmarks. Now select Make. Choose to work on a mat, 12 by 12. Select Continue. And we have our mats. These are the different color vinyls we'll be needing. And this is only for visual purposes. You can always move the names to the first mat. All you need to do is select the spacing of each name and place the color vinyl there. But you have to be very precise. Otherwise, you will cut the mat and not the vinyl. Let's bring the cutter in. And let's start cutting our vinyl. I'll be using just 1 inch of each color. Push the vinyl through. Pull it out. And now just slide the blade. And here are the pieces I'll be using. Now to put them on the mat. So in case you're new and are not sure how to place it, I'll show you how. Here's the mat and here's the vinyl. Just place it on the top of your mat. Push the vinyl down so that it sticks onto the mat. For this color, I'll be placing my vinyl on top and on the bottom of my mat. That way, when I'm done cutting on one side, I'll just turn the mat around and cut the other side. To set base material, I'm using permanent vinyl. And I'm all done cutting my pieces. Now to do the weeding, I'll be using this pin pen from TeckWrap. With the pin pen, just poke on a corner and pull the vinyl up. Doing this will pull up the unwanted vinyl. And this is very smooth. I'll use the pin pen again just to get the inside of my letters, which are very small pieces. This is my favorite weeding tool. It is very precise. All right. So this is how it came out. I love this color. So I'll do this on fast mode so the video is not as long. But this was so easy. And here's the bookmark. I'll just measure to make sure it's the correct size, and it is. Now these bookmarks have a protective film I'll be removing. As you can see on my table, I also have some yarn I'll be using. Now one side is off. I'll turn it around and remove the protective film from the other side of the bookmark. I'll be bringing in a piece of washcloth and also some rubbing alcohol. This will help the vinyl stick to the bookmark. And here I'm just drying it up. And now that my bookmarks are nice and clean, I'll be bringing in some transfer tape. I'll be using this one from TeckWrap. This is medium tack transfer tape. As you can see, it comes with grid to help in the accurate placing of the vinyl design on a blank. This one comes in black, purple, and red grids. It has a width of 12 inches and is available in 20 feet and 82 feet rolls. What I like about this one is that it has no sticky residue. Here I'm just cutting to size what I need. This way I'm not wasting any of it. So let me just put all of this away just to have a nice and clean workspace. Now I'll be removing the backing from the transfer tape and placing it over the name, just like this. Once you have it on there, just use a squeegee to burnish it. You need to get it to stick to the transfer tape. Now turn it around and remove the backing. Be very careful not to touch any of the vinyl. I'll be using a small piece of parchment paper. So I'll stick this on there, leaving a small piece off of the parchment paper. Let's bring in the bookmark. And now we'll just place our vinyl on the bookmark. Once you're sure of the placing, just remove the parchment paper and then use a squeegee to get it to stick to the bookmark. And then just remove the transfer tape. Now let's do the same steps with the other font. Place the transfer tape over the font, varnish it, turn it around, and remove the backing. If you need to varnish some more, you can. Remove the backing. Be very careful. And now use some parchment paper. When placing it on the parchment paper, make sure to leave a small space out of the parchment paper. This will help you when sticking it on the bookmark. It will help you maneuver around till you're satisfied of the placing. Once you're satisfied, you can remove the parchment paper and then press on the vinyl so that it sticks to your bookmark. Remove the transfer tape off. And here we have our beautiful bookmarks. I made 2 already with the yarn. Now I'll make this one so you can see how to make it. I cut a small amount of yarn, and now I'll just kind of push it through the tiny hole that this bookmark has, just like this, and pull it out. And from there, I'll just use my 2 pieces to make kind of like a bow, just like this. It doesn't really have to be too fancy. And there's my bow. Now I'll just cut off a small piece. And there it is. Here's my 3 bookmarks. They look so beautiful. I really like how they turned out. And if you watched to the end and you liked the video, don't forget to give us a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. See you on the next video. Bye bye.